What's up, everybody? It's Chase from Griffin Studios. We have a 4v4 on setons today, and it's high ranking players 1600s and above with a 2400 on the southern team. On our southern team, opening up, we have Box in mid with Aeon. He's currently rated 2000, so that should be a good mid player, and his counterpart on the north team is way back in UEF. And if we look on our chart here, it's way back 1600, so that might be a little uneven. We have Folly as our North Navy on the southern team. Dan Combs as the North Navy on the North team. And for the Southern Navy, when day breaks as UEF, Seraphim Carl Magnus on the South team. Excelsior is in the back doing some cyber and air. And our North air is the wall going up in green UEF. So our Southern team does actually have all four of the tech trees, whereas the North team only has two, so I'm hoping that the strong UEF presence here doesn't get overwhelmed by the strong variety. So it's either going to be a lot of UEF power, or the variety could end up hurting them. We're going to go ahead and speed this up since setons is a big match, and we'll go ahead and get a look at some of these build orders. Go ahead and click these name tags off as well. Excelsior is already getting reclaimed, building his Hydro. Carl Magnus not starting his Hydro yet. No, actually his Hydro is already done. Hydro is also just finishing up for Box. Hydro is already done for Volley, sorry. North team already has Scouts and Interceptors out, so now we can slow it down just a tad, maybe to +2 instead of +5. Transport already out for both teams. This one did just get spotted though, so that Interceptor, if it swings around, it didn't swing around in time, it's definitely going to get the drop off here. And then in South, Carl Magnus has very little air presence. He just has one Interceptor to, looks like 2 Interceptors, 2 Scouts, and a Courier. I didn't see his, should probably get rid of these name tags too, guys. Go ahead and clear that up for y'all. Land battles are going off. They're going to go grab the mast. Standard typical stuff. Roar is plinking away its way back. The UEF column, I believe, does start with a little more health. Yes, 1,000 more, 12,000 to 11,000. 400 rating difference. Alright. So if we look at our incomes, it looks like the Southern team, Box is on 30, 29. Is he currently reclaiming? Yes, he is. It's probably a little bit lower. He does have a lot more tanks up front and ready to go, though. His way back is just taking a lot of plinking fire right now. He should at least be firing back, because they're going to keep coming at you. You got to group up more tanks. Looks like we're going to have an early air engagement from the Southern team trying to take out the comms and receptors, as well as an early bomber out. To see if a naval yard at Folly does not have a naval yard up yet. We're going to go ahead and go real-time speed now, guys. Turn my own volume up a little bit. Let's see if we can get a better turn. It looks like the Southern team definitely just handily won that air engagement. But at what cost? Because now I think that bomber is definitely going to get a good pass. That's a nice little 3-inch target. No, it's going to get shot down real quick. Northern side island is definitely under Folly's control. Already has AA, Land Factory, and a T2 Mex on the island. There's already a T2 Mex over here as well. No AA out, however. So if we can sneak some bombers in there, clear out all the NGs and the factory, you could have a chance to retake it. But it does have decent air. Comms is really pushing out hard air. Does he only have one? No, he has 2 factories, and this one actually has a little bit of assist. They both have 1 NG assist. Let's see how our front yard players are doing. In this little front yard bridge there, we got PDs going down. So Wayback has taken a decent amount of damage, though. He's just dropped below half. Box is still sitting at around 9,000. Wayback doesn't have a rank in vet yet either, which is surprising with all the early tanks out. It looks like air control is definitely in the favor of the Southern team right now. Looks like Folly's just teching up in the back over here. And our Excelsior is on T2 power, so it means he also has T2 factory. blazes in 5 minutes. Okay. So he's gonna try to, looks like, get into decoms. Where his blaze is coming from. I don't know if he has the eco for blazes. T2. Yep. So he's trying to get T2 hover tanks. All the NTs. Yeah. So it looks like the land bridge is cut off right here. That's gonna leave some wrecks definitely in his way back's favor. And Vox is finally getting a little bit pushed back. I don't know if that's a good spot to go for T2 right now though, because he is pulling up. Actually, looks like he only has a handful of fervors, maybe 2 or 3. And that, if he tanks out that PD though, with all of his tanks, he could definitely take out one. If the second one comes online, it could be questionable. But now, does he see that T2 upgrade going down? He definitely sees the T2, so he's going to be trying to get him out of that upgrade as quickly as possible. Look at that concentrated fire dropping down below half very quickly. If he doesn't cancel the upgrade through, that fervor fire is going to kill him. There we go. Forced the cancel out of him. I don't know how much progress he got on the upgrade, but it had no NG assist. So probably not too much of a waste there. Maybe 10%, 15% if he has good eco. Early frigate numbers, decoms is definitely outproducing Folly right now. So let's see. Cormex is 3 T2s and a T1. Whereas Folly has 4 T2s, 5 T2s, 6 T2s, 7 T2s, 8, 9. Actually, let's just do this. Number of T2s that Folly has versus decoms. Oh yeah, Folly's eco is, I would say, nearly double. And if we look up here, it is 49 to 93, which is nearly double. When Daybreaks is fluctuating from 112 to 64. So he's got some reclaim fields going down here. Engagement will lose if it is taken, and it is taken over 3 frigates, which is going to be an air loss for the southern team most likely. So now what are they going to do for air production? The air production is kind of slowing down. Carl Magnus definitely has all the early air control. Gun speed going down for Box in the middle. I love that upgrade. If he gets that gun speed upgrade, he can easily push the plasmas. Is he getting more fervors? No, but he is pushing blazes. If he pushes blazes up this coastline, decimate that early eco, Folly will easily cap up. Looks like if Folly gets pushed right now, I don't think, well, he's only 3 frigates ahead with 2 lagging in the back, so 1 ahead in the main force. With these 2 frigates coming in, I think that'll even that out and put Folly ahead just in pure eco numbers. He's up to 111 to comps to the 66. Our air players looking at 92, and on the wall is also 92, so they're neck and neck. Excelsior definitely has less power, they're almost half. Southern Navy is at 73 mass and 123 mass. Could be income or reclaim related income, so we'll have to see on that. And then mid we have a 69 versus a 33, now 71 to 33. If this is left alone too long, the T2 easily gonna push Box. He already has T2 flak on the table, some T2 MML would open up this entire land bridge, and those blazes could easily push. And Carl Magnus is asking for Excelsior to scout. Excelsior, are you on T3 yet? You are. You just actually put it out at T3 scout. Perfect. Which may have been spotted by decoms. Oh, it's definitely spotted by decoms now. So they're going to know that T3 air is on the table for the southern team. Let's see if T3 air is on for the top. It is out for the top. They have an ASF and a scout. And we already have 2 ASF for the bottom team. It looks like their income is holding constant, neck and neck, maybe about a 5 mass difference depending on reclaim. Carl Magnus is trying to figure out what when Daybreaks is rushing for. Let's see, he paused. No, he's going for T2 on it, but he paused it currently, so he must be working on a power lock maybe. No, not power lock. He just got mass going back up. He is going T3 on his comm as well. Box is still at 76 and his way back is on 37 income. Not sure what's reclaimed or not, but I think there's definitely a difference there. T2 PD going down, as well as an upgrade on the comm. Let's see what that. Oh, it was the gun range. Now he's gun speed and gun range. Plenty of T2AA in the mix there. Nothing to be afraid of. He could definitely push bridge now. But if these frigates came in, they could pop him on the side. But Folly definitely starting to outproduce old Dan Collins from the northern team. This could get really rough, especially if he keeps pumping out 5-2. Within 3 production cycles, he'll have 11 more frigates, which is definitely enough to push with. I'd love to see some torpedo bombers out, unless he's gonna tech up Navy or something, which it doesn't look like he's doing. He's just holding constant with 2 yards. Whereas Folly has 7, 8, 9 different yards. And on the southern team, he has 3 versus 1, 2, but he's not producing at all. So, southern team definitely has the upper hand right now, and map control as well. Because if you draw a line about right here, it's probably about 55 to, what's it, 55 to 45% map control. Looks like Folly might be looking for a little engagement right here. Let's see what he makes happen. Not really an engage, he's just poking away at the interceptors, trying to get some more air control. If we take a look at our interceptor numbers for Excelsior, we're at 12, and for Over the Wall going up, we're at 15. Air's fairly even. Really, it could be either team's air fight, depending whose frigate sits over. Oh, now we got Box's Blazes pushing up. But with that main push of all of his units, his comm is getting pushed heavily by a large number of MA-12 strikers, the T1 tank from the UA faction. I gotta let me name these better guys, but look at that, they're chewing through those T2s. I think maybe a bunch of T1s might have been better. I mean, if he focuses the T2s on the T2 unit, ooh, this is looking bad for Box. Box may not make it to the water. He's not going to make it to the water. Those mongooses are opening up fire, and there goes Box. Did his Blazes get to do anything? They're still going. How long are they going to keep firing before they die off? Or are we on full share? They're still firing. The Blazes haven't come down yet. They are getting good DPS out. This is definitely a naval win for the North team. And full share just kicked in. And Excelsior is now our front land player as well. That brings his eco up to 214 versus a 45 and a 146, which comes up to about 190. So he's still 50 units ahead. And actually he traded off to Folly, so now Folly is our lead air player. There are a little bit of Frost and Januses up front from Over the Wall going up. But these land units right here for Folly are going to devastate, as well as the torpedo bombers coming in. I believe he actually might try to snipe the comm with those torpedo bombers. I know that's what I would do in this situation. Let's see, torps are going out. No, they're just going for factories. Okay. It's not bad. I would try to force the comm out of the water, that's for sure. T2PD's coming up on the bank, so they handle with Blazes. I think there's still plenty of units there to decimate the Navy up there. So if I was flying right now, I would be pausing all these and pushing a T2 upgrade somewhere, get cruisers out, and harass the front land bridge. And our southern pond, which has still been quiet. Most of the time there's T2 naval out for when day breaks. He's getting some destroyers out. But with the number frigate advantage, I would still give naval to Carl Magnus. Even though destroyers can kite out better than T1 frigates, I just don't see one destroyer being able to handle all this before it somehow gets caught in a net. Looks like we got the ASF or the wall going up, hovering over these frigates, which is really good, and support bombers coming in. Jacom has been forced out, and there are Blazes covering with bullets. I would definitely be concentrating fire, get them low, and then wrap it up with some torpedo bombers. Looking at our mini-map, looks like we might have a little bit of naval push on the southern side. Yep, he's trying to get that destroyer into range so it can take some pot shots. There we go. Destroyer's opening up. Let's see if Carl Magnus sees it. He does. He's immediately taking action. On the other side, this comm is getting boxed out. His safest place is probably in the water right now, honestly, since there's no torp bombers coming out at the moment. His way back distance from used to stand calm. I don't know what that would be. Oh, they're just trading tech right now. Oh, looks like the command order on these letting them just skirt out of range little by little and slowly pursuing that comm. I'm willing to say Dan Comm will be out of this game fairly quick. In our southern pond, we have Carl Magnus versus, let's get a name, When Day Breaks again. When Day Breaks is pushing up with his T2 advantage. I don't see, no, okay, there are 1, 2, 3 more destroyers, so that's 4 destroyers, a shield boat, and torpedo boat coming out. That could definitely take out this frigate force. I would definitely wait and group them up, however, but he can't really wait because we do have T2 destroyers coming out for the Seraphim player, Carl Magnus in the bottom pond. Looks like he's going to try to pick off at least one of these T1 factories before that pops out. But once this pops out, it's going to change the whole game because you cannot kite beam weapons. So we're taking a sec, and it's going to service. Let's see if we can watch one of these beams go up. Yep. Instant shredded. Once he gets about 3 or 4 of those, he'll definitely have good naval over here. And Carl Magnus is on 179, and Daybreaks is on 197. Really? He did not actually get Dan Comm's comm. And it's now regenerating up on 3K. Zooey spam is now coming out since he has definitely been shut out. Looks like that was actually what he's been playing for a long time, which was why he hasn't been digging into the naval game more. But with this coastal control out from Volley, I don't see a Zooey spam producing much results. The T2 torp bombers have migrated south. We also have a second destroyer out for our Carl Magnus, which is going to be ripping into these frigates. Excelsior flying overhead, looking to see if he can get that air engage on the wall going up. Zooey spam, not really doing any damage. There's a flak in there, and a T3 sonar, which will probably die off if he leaves it there. T2 is now out, so there are cruisers getting pumped out, as well as destroyers. There goes some torp boats and shield boats as well. This pond is definitely in control of the southern team, whereas the southern pond, it could go to the northern team right now, depending on if he pushes these factories or not. He does have a cruiser in range. If that's auto-targeting on these factories and not shipped, do major damage. See where these missiles are going. Looks like it is targeting a factory. He's targeting the build power of the factories. Okay, which is a good choice as well. It's gonna majorly slow down his production. I'd love to see a bunch of cruisers come out. 2 cruisers now out for the south team Folly, who's in the northern pond. Land bridge is just literally chilling. Like, this is way back. What are you doing? You can be full eco. You're at 71. Folly's at 300. Divide that by 2 for 2 slots would be 150 a slot. So his way back is still theoretically 50% behind Folly and land on the front bridge. Now, I don't even think Folly's producing any troops. He's not. I would definitely be kicking on these land factories though. But if Folly can rush a early T3 factory and get battleships out, he can lock down the land bridge just with battleships, which would be great. No air engagement has been kicked off as of yet. It looks like both players are ready for one though. This valiant is probably about to go down. And that cruiser sitting in the back is just majorly hurting these factories. And now it might actually be trying to T2 block this factory. or production locket at least. It's doing major damage. Second cruiser just pulled in range. I think 2 could probably prevent that TT from producing. If I had to argue for one team, I would definitely say the Southern team does have an advantage right now, just in eco numbers. But if they lose an air engagement, that could change everything. And the Southern player right here, in South Pond at least, Carl Magnus, he does have some destroyers out, but there's a lot more destroyers out for when day breaks. I think he got confident early on when Daybreaks wasn't pushing and tried to eco a little too much, but didn't quite prioritize right. And now Daybreak is just slaughtering his naval production. He does have another T1 trying to get to T2. T2 support over here building. T2 support down here. So he does have 4 T2 supports, but his command center was taken out, so is this going to command? No. So he actually can't produce any. Right now the only thing that he can do is just try to shove the frigates. And on the wall going up, just charges in for an air engage on Excelsior's landed ASF. Is there any AA in the area? It doesn't look like it. But Excelsior, even after taking the initial loss on that first turn with his ASF taking flight, I think had superior number and is now going to be able to chase on the wall going up and easily win air. A little bit frigate fire from that, but nothing major. Excelsior just took air by a landslide, not even a close air battle. He has 65 ASF to on the walls 22. 66% difference. Torp spam on south is coming. Yep, there it is. Torps, torps, torps. Now he's really getting that T3 energy grid up. Let's see, does he have any hives? No hives actually, just engineer assist. Yep. So now this Southern Inquisition could be quickly put to a stop with a ton of torpedo bombers, leading to Carl Magnus getting back in the naval game. But it looks like our land bridge players are finally doing something. We have a huge Lobo push coming in. Just streams and streams of Lobos. I would have T3 land by now. It's way back. You had so much time just to relax on your own. Tech up. Get some Percivals out. And I'd surprise Folly. All things equal, until being equal, I'd just march Percivals through here and to his main base. Since his eco is the most fearsome. These cruisers are still doing work. DeCom's main base is fallen. DeCom's back here, healed up over half, that's good. And T2, no T3 yet. Right, yeah, no T3 yet. Carl Magnus and Excelsior receiving extra mass from Folly. That's just how strong his eco is. He can just dump it. Some T2 units coming out front. Blazes should be able to handle the Lobos. Not too concerned about that. They're just gonna plink, plink, plink all the way home. Carl Magnus was defeated. What sniped him? Must have been TAC missiles from maybe cruiser, or are those destroyers in range? I am not sure. Yep, the destroyers were in range, so it looks like those 2 destroyers were able to pick off his comm. Full Sharon, Excelsior, and Folly on the Southern team. They still do have a strong eco advantage. If DeCom is stupid and does this, he can get some destroyer fighter on him. They're telling Excelsior to keep up the arty spam. Is he doing a T3 arty? No. Don't quite. Really? Why are you giving everything to Folly? Us two salts beast. Yeah, these blazes up here, as they just keep growing in number, they'll be able to handle any amount of Lobos. An air engage could go bad, but it looks like they're not having the air engage. A large amount of scouts is coming out for when day breaks. Doesn't look likely he has anything he's looking for, no nukes or anything. It is 22 minutes, someone could have rushed nuke. Let's see. Nope, just air production, energy. Zooey spam, which is a waste of mass, boy. Another Lobo spam. And it looks like these T2s are just gonna spank all the way up. And oh, the wall going up, which is such a weird name, my guy. He's picking up fort bombers. Looks like Excelsior might go for an engage. I would take it. Yep, if I dare exactly take that. T2 upgrade is going to be only 20 seconds. It's going to be pretty quick. Little late for an air fight, buddy. Looks like the Zooey spam, or not Zooey, the Lobo spam shut off. Zooey spam still going strong. More cruisers are coming out helping control this land bridge. And he's now sat some frigates and a destroyer there, so that Lobo spam is over. Ooh, long flight over some cruisers. How many ASF did he lose? Probably about 4 or 5, I would think. Folly now doing a Zooey spam of his own, which against a lot of cruisers will be effective because cruisers' aim is super bad on moving targets. So unless he produces T3 units, are also weak to his Zooey spam. You really need a lot of T1 frigates, T2 destroyers, maybe torp boats. I'm not sure if torps hit Zooeys anymore. Yeah, this is just free ranks for all these guys. Nine destroyers in this mix now. Well, yeah, right here. He's low on energy, it looks like. What's he at? 539 mass per tick and 9k energy. Excelsior just has to peach into Folly. Give when done. Oh, I get back. Yeah, what are these Zooeys doing? They should be able to kill this many frigates, I would think. Yeah, see the cruiser missiles are just blinking in the water where there's no Zooeys. Oh, Zooey fire definitely hitting that frigate. That's gonna hurt. That one's done. That one's done. Just by not moving him, he just lost 2. Both beasts just had to be Seraphim. I'm surprised Box is still in this game. Normally when I get eliminated, I just leave. All that cruiser fire. Ooh, 25% win rate for Carl Diamond. That is not bad at all. Land bridge looks like Zooey. He's just constantly lost his Lobos up. Number of blazes will easily handle. T3, ton of battleships out for you. T3 is not going down anywhere over here. But those cruisers aren't doing work. TMD's getting shut down. Should have started Zooey earlier. Yeah, you should have as soon as you lost. Let's see, they're just gonna keep moving. Oh, nope, they're sitting idle, and that's 3 shells into them. Every second they sit idle is basically a frigate down. 1, 2, 3. Oh, maybe not 3. Yep, 3 damage. Yeah. So he's just trying to micro and build other stuff. I mean, I understand you can't micro everywhere at once. And it looks like, yeah, these engines can't keep up with this no more. High base is toast. Zoo spam is not doing anything. His way back is still on 42 mass per tick. Well, that's also because his base is under attack. Dan Comms is on 78. So their team total is what? 42, 75, 398, and 197. So maybe about 600 or 700 mass per tick. On the southern team, we got a 325 and a 630, which is like 900 to 1,000. No, it's probably 700 or 800, I would think, for the north team. But it doesn't really matter if his way back can't use it. I bet his mass storage is overflowing. And he's actually stalled. Probably from trying to build the TMD maybe. On the wall going up, do you have mass? No, and you actually just E-stalled. And bounced back, okay. His way back. What's he have? Attack missiles? Attack missile or Billy? No, that's the personal shield.
Commander under attack.
Alright. Commander's under attack now. And this could be a very quick shed by these destroyers. Look at all that fire coming in. This is flying overhead. Cool cinematic shot right there. Look at that. And he's quickly going to try to run back over the hill. Honestly, if he didn't have that personal shield, he might have been toasted. Just run away, run away. There's lots of ships in the harbor. This is not going to be D-Day. This is not going to be D-Day. All these cruisers just constantly launching salvos of missiles in the face of the Seraphim onslaught of Zooies. Omni on mid, so it looks like they actually, the South team doesn't even have intel on the mid. It's way back. I don't know what you're doing anymore, but you're gonna need a lot more TMD than that too. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's battleship fire. Let's take our first look at the summit. Look at that. Awesome ship. He's letting out his lasers. No, that's not the summit. Actually, that's the laser one. Neptune. Summit's right here. It's a battleship, battlecruiser. I love watching them go off. It reminds me of the U.S. military. Just look at that. Imagine if you were a ship, a T1 frigate or a Zooey, and you saw 9 shells like that just converge on you and boom. I definitely would say Excelsior has air control by a landslide. A large number of T2 blazes from Folly is also pushing up. Looks like he's going to try to snipe this command, T3 Navy Command Center. And Zoo Spam's just going to keep feeding these armies. 31 kills on that one, 43 kills on that. Insane. Cruiser fires just running in. I mean, they shoot down like 1 in 3, it looks about. Maybe 1 in 4. Or 1 and 2. Shot down, shot down, shot down, shot down. So they're divided, and he's pulling them out. You have about equal fight to save Torps. That's not equal. That is a win for Excelsior. If Excelsior does not win this, I'd be surprised, especially with his air control that we saw in the first one. Well, if he does an early turn like this, he will lose. Why? What do you mean? No, you don't not micro. You always micro. Turn, 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 turn. There we go. Good turn for Excelsior. Does he have anything providing him any AA? No, but he does have a second wave of ASF coming in, which will do a little bit of damage. And that's a little bit more coming in from the wall coming up. But Excelsior
I think we'll have it. He has more tightly bunched up units, and the wall going up is spread out. He's trying to regroup from now, it looks like, but it might be too late. Don't know. Keep microing. You're good. Don't listen to box. And he listened to box and stopped microing. I mean, it's still going to be an air win for Excelsior, I believe. I'm just not sure. Is there anything preventing him? Hey, dude, pull your frigates forward. Help your air. Well, you can't because the T3s, but like, you could do something, maybe. ASF voicing shots on that. Torque bomber's great. Where's this reclaim field? Oh, yeah, huge reclaim field. We are now approaching 30 minutes in the game. It looks like Dan Calm just suicided. Because all these destroyers are going to blow him up. And if he tries to get out now, the destroyers are going to focus fire him down. I'd definitely start moving my navy away so they don't get caught up in the blast from the commander dying. And it looks like the wall going up is pulling back its ASF. Excelsior definitely won that air battle. Now we just got to see if Folly can get this reclaim field down here with all these interceptors and naval units on the ground. That would be a huge help to Team 1 on the south side. Dancom's column just blew up. So now, let's see, full share is probably going to go to the wall going up. That is the first player down for Team 2 on the north side. So that's going to give Wall a huge eco boost. As long as Volley doesn't wipe out the entire eco before he can do anything with it. So now he's going to either restart all these factories or just leave them off and suck up the mass. See what that does to his economy. Yeah, he's positive 100 mass per tick. That's going to give him a huge advantage. You can probably get some experimental units out now. Or start some T3 Arty or something like that. Yep. His Wayback's base is just getting nuked. I guess the T1 mech marines are to distract the cruisers. That recon will win. They are mainly T2 mexes. Yeah. Looks like there's another air engage kicking off. This time there is T2 flak in the area there to help out Excelsior, as well as these frigates. Definitely a great engagement spot for Excelsior. All the mounts will get dropped on Poly's front door. Frigates are going to kick out a handful, but Excelsior is trying to pull them away. Oh no, he sees the drop, and it looks like it's just an NG drop. But that's dead NG drops. Now these Zooies are just going to keep slamming these Neptune battle cruisers. Don't send more SF mech SAMs in your base. No. I would be making a bunch of ASF still. If these cruisers had some priority firing going on. Oh, they are actually. Well, they were. Yep. He's taking out all the mexes, so he can't build any more TMD. No eco, no TMD. No, I don't think you perma lost air at all, Carl. This is still winnable. The anti-air did just get taken out, though. But if those blazes are firing, they could probably kill that battleship if they group up. Excelsior. Don't harp on Excelsior. He's a good boy. He's out here making RAS presets, cranking air. Folly's down here starting his T3 air grid. He's at 820 mass income. Let's see, the North team is on 550 545, and a 64, and a 200. So one player on the southern team, his entire eco matches that of our north team, team 2. And then Excelsior, basically his income is bonus. Yeah, this is a lost cause. I would just start building back here somewhere with mass fabs out of cruiser ranges. Surprised no one's really started any in-game nukes or arty yet though. They have SMD. I bet you have SMD somewhere. I hope you do. Actually, you probably ended up building it up here. Yep. Yeah, it looks like there's probably neither down here. They just want to protect their comms. Do they have any intel on anyone building a nuke? Let's see, no nukes. No nukes. What's the extent of their intel? Okay, so they can't see the ASF stream. Lots of mass you may be able to get if he doesn't push. Yep, that's a lot of mass. He's now pushing. Large air presence on the bottom half. What is that? Strats? Nope. That's actually messed up. It's just a star lifter with more engines again. Okay. Fox, I'm glad you care and are still here. But let the man shoot down the tranny. Like, they're flying over massive amounts of AA right now, and actually those Janus's just completely screwed up all these other Navy production. Star Lifter might honestly get shot down by these flak. Is it gonna land? It's not gonna land, it's gonna die. Yep. I mean, you're over a T3 AA, a couple of them. So you're gonna keep losing ASF. Looks like he's gonna actually push Excelsior's base itself. Maybe. I mean, he's sitting over 3 or 4 T3 air turrets right now, though. So he's taking air losses. If he sits there for maybe another 30 seconds, I'd say they kind of equal up. But as many as he's losing, he's bringing back as well, so we don't really know. Mexes for this entire land bridge and northern beach spot don't exist. They don't have mexes anymore. Torp bombers definitely. Well, nope, he actually let the torp bombers get away. Huge Janus run on this T3, only doing about 1,000 of his 2,000 of his hit points. So, and now it looks like Excelsior is going to try to keep them over the AA and maybe take a fight over it as well. Let's see, Southern Waters. You have battleships coming out now for Folly, which are going to be huge, as he can battle cruisers and giving him a leg up. I feel at this point, the Southern team is most likely going to win this game. It's just a matter of teching up and getting unit numbers. And now he's dragging this back over the mobile flak, which is going to be alrighty. Oh, the battleships actually have AA on them as well. And this is probably going to down at least a couple of Neptunes. Your record wasn't that bad, Excelsior. Maybe, I bet you were spam clicking a lot. You should have clicked, let him get a full turnout, and then spam click probably about 6 times on the turn. I mean, battleship numbers wise, he only has 2 to like 6 up here. That's actually good to know. I didn't know like a number, but after 150 ASF, just hit the stop button instead of micro. Okay. I still feel micro is effective if you're like a super high tier player. But then again, once you do have 150 planes, you can't spend the time to micro and increase build orders and do other things. So there's pros and cons to both. Man, these battleships are just being little turd nuggets. These frigates are just slapping them on the wrist, being like, no, don't do that. And it looks like we're gonna have another T2 next down in about 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Maybe not right now. Oh, experimental. Now we got a Galactic Colossus getting chased by James. Yep, straight up shoot that into a wicked looking hook. I'd be scared if someone attacked me with a hook like that. Yeah, the GC's gonna trounce up here. Swice back actually did pull his comm back. He's working on getting 2-3 air. And actually build better because he knows his base up here is not lasting. That's good, smart. Oh, the wall going up is... He has air control, for sure. So if he could win air, he could build some strats and probably snipe a comm. Volley's comm is in the water over here with a bunch of AA over the top of him. But Excelsior's is just under one shield. No AA around, you just fly over about 3. So if you just sneak bombers right along this route, you might lose 1 or 2 to AA. Just pew, pew, bounce it over this radar, up that, and crank it. About 10 to 12 would probably do it. Wall's going up is starting a Maver. Where's he starting a Maver at? Right there, he just finished the energy grid for it. I would build the shield grid for it first. Yeah, I know you can't stop a GC, but your eco's been garbage all game. Focus more on building your back core mexes. I mean, I know your naval player did lose early on, so that made it hard to hold coast and bridge and all that good stuff. But in the beginning, you had its calm. You were about to kill it right down here. You could have pushed him and easily taken front. Or even if you would push him a little harder, you could have got more land and built a line further up, like on the side of his bridge right here. Oh, looks like we have a nuke sub coming out for Folly. He actually has 2 nuke subs. I know they probably all have SMD though. He actually might not, but I know for sure he does. And actually I'm not sure about him either. He might not. Nope, he's running, so he doesn't have one loaded. But he's taken to the most successful player. Did he scout the SMD? Scout for SMD here now. So, I guess we'll check. Yep, it looks like the wall going up just lost his entire air grid. And the Maver progress. Maybe not all the air grid, but a lot of it. And his comm took a third of itself out. Let's see what that did to his power grid. Oh no, he's still got plenty of excess resources. It's just build power that went away, so he can't build as many. GB. We can quit. Good burger. Yeah, that GC is trouncing up mid, trailed by bouncers. Now redeemers are the Aeon ones. Bouncers, I believe, are Vibrant. Yeah, GC is just wrecking shop. South Pond did get taken out though. Now it's just the odd Zooey spam coming out. But honestly, at this point, pawns don't really matter. Because land's already won. Thank you for the carry follow. Yeah, that 2400 rare player did majorly help. Now just wide back. I don't know what happened to Daybreak. Looks like he just controlled Cade. It's wide back. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, you can try. But guys, I think that's going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Like, comment, subscribe down below if you'd like me casting. Yeah, it's wide back, just control Cade as well. Let me know what I can do to improve the gameplays.